Greetings, programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, where every day I seem to get a little bit further down the Motu hole. Today, gonna be a pretty short video, but we're gonna go ahead, get our tongues tied, and look at the new Skeletor figure that is part of whatever they're calling the new He-Man series. I think they might just be calling it He-Man. I can't remember. But anyway, this is the new figure released for the just kids show toy line that's going on right now. And I love this thing. Now, let's be perfectly clear here after that very heated, intro. This thing is 100% kids toy. This is not, highly articulated and, all the stuff like I normally look at on here. This thing is articulated about the same as like the old school original Motu figures. And that's fine. So, really quick, bring him up close here. For a kid's show design, this is a pretty intense head sculpt. I'm not gonna lie. This thing he is mean. Sorry that my hand is shaky. But, nice, red paint for the eyes on black. Great sculpted detail here, kind of this weird craggy thing going on his chest. He's got like a bat skull looking thing going up over as part of his cowl. Wraps all the way around. I should mention, this thing is incredibly dense. Like, this is not hollow plastic. This is a solid figure. The cowl itself is actually made out of, I'm not sure if it's, a form of rubber or just a form of soft plastic. There might not even be a difference, chemically speaking, but either way, the cowl is flexible, as well as the loincloth thing. This is even actually more flexible than this is, but that lets it, it will bend out of the way to accommodate for a little bit of extra, arm posability. There is just the one joint in the arms, and then the wrist. As you can see on this hand, he's got this really crazy, bony, chained up. Like, I'm hearing some people call this, an Anakin Skywalker hand. No. This is Mosenrath. Okay? Anyone who remembers the strangely good Aladdin, Disney cartoon, this is what you found out Mosenrath's hand looked like underneath his, gauntlet of magic. So that is awesome. He's got a normal arm over here. Wrist rotation right there. I love that they hid the wrist rotations so cleanly in the mold. Both hands are molded in the classic, item holding Motu, hand shape. So that's a really nice callback, I think. Yeah, he's got a mouth on his belt because why not? Ball joints up here for the hips. So, you get some in, some out, some rotation here and there. Not super crazy posable, but enough to do the job. There is a rotation at the ankles as well. And, figure stand ports in the feet. He does also come with the Skeletor staff, as you'd expect. I really, really like the way this is molded, actually. I love, the skull at the bottom, the wrappings going all the way up. The new ram skull on top looks so cool. Only complaint here is the top of it and the bottom. These are hollow. So clearly Mattel is taking some lessons from Hasbro here. But at the same time, this is, again, a very dense plastic. This is actually incredibly heavy for what it is. And, I know it's not painted. That's fine, okay? This is a thing that has to slide in and out of a figure's hand all the time. I tend to prefer my accessories not be painted. So, no complaints there whatsoever. And what's funny is he does actually have a very minor, unintrusive gimmick. So I'm sure you've been noticing this whole time the seam going all the way around his torso there. No, he doesn't have, torso articulation. There's some kind of spring up in here, which lets you just kind of do little, not so much from the front, but, pull him back, swing him forward, move him to the side. It's a very simple, silly gimmick. But considering, it's Masters of the Universe, that's fine, okay? It's a way for your figures to bash each other in the face. That's what you need from this. Overall, this is the only figure from the line I'm going to bother with. I really dislike the way the Evil Lyn and Sorceress figures look, which is sad to say, because the 3D models on the show look perfectly fine in my opinion. But then you look at the toys, and the toys look like little girls. They did not render those figures as well as I feel they should have. He-Man looks perfectly fine. I'm just not interested in the He-Man figure. I know He-Man for sure has the same exact gimmick here that Skeletor does. I'm sure for kids, these things are great. If you've got a kid who's, interested in this new He-Man series, they will have so much fun with these, and these will stand up to your kid playing with them. Because, again, this thing is solid as all heck. For me, I'm keeping this thing around, and this is going to be my new Death God mini for high-level Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. So, there's another use for this thing if you are curious about it. Use this as a D&D God mini. So, as usual, take this for what you will, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.